Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.
Gotta be the light, yeah. Gotta be the light that shines on the dark, yeah. Say. Now once upon a time, not long ago, we was having good times, after time and time, and once again, we coming out with a wing. Light, yeah. Gotta be the light that shines on the dark, yeah.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 National Minority Enterprise Development Week. I'm Lindsay Davis from ABC News, and I'm honored to be your host and personal tour guide as the U.S. Department of Commerce's Minority Business Development Agency celebrates the 37th Annual National Minority Enterprise Development Week. Historically, National Med Week featured a black tie gala and awards ceremony with the nation's finest business owners and advocates. This year, MedWeek has gone entirely virtual, and we could not be more excited. We have reimagined the awards program as a 5-part How I Did It series. Each day, you'll hear from 14 of the nation's top minority-owned firms, champions of minority businesses, and legacy makers in the minority business community, hailing from Georgia, Florida, Maryland, Texas, Virginia, Illinois, South Carolina, and California. Vision, perseverance, triumph best describe the stories that the MedWeek winners have to share with you. We invite you to be a part of the celebration. The How I Did It series is virtually unmissable. So let's begin. Impact is typically synonymous with force and physical effort. However, true impact is not just seen, it's felt. Today's session will explore the essential drivers of successful businesses that continue to redefine the blueprint for innovation, engagement, and execution. And now let's meet our first award winner for the Minority Health Products and Services Firm of the Year, SourceMark, featuring CEO Richard Manson, as he shares insightful words on how SourceMark has reimagined impact. Hi, Richard.
Hello, Lindsay. My name is Richard Manson. I am the president and CEO of SourceMark, LLC, a medical device company that's based in Nashville, Tennessee. We manufacture, sell, and distribute medical devices throughout the United States and abroad. We believe in our principle of innovating the medical device experience. SourceMark started in 2002. We decided that we would look at a specific area, an area that was growing very, very quickly, and that's the healthcare industry. So we set about innovating an existing product in 2005, and that was a product that was coming off patent, and we were able to improve that device. So we put our heads together, we began working on this particular device, and were able to improve it and get it into the marketplace.
What's your blueprint for success?
Well, typically, the healthcare industry is driven by end users. We're a little different. We're more B2B, that is business to business. So we sell our products directly to the hospital, and they are clinically approved by the physicians that decide that they're going to use them. And then that allows us to not only to work with them in developing new products, but it also allows us to get feedback from those patients to make sure that we're getting great patient outcomes. So we are a little different, but it is designed to make sure that the end user, that is the patient, receives the best possible care that they possibly can receive.
How have you increased your revenue?
Well, our revenue in 2005 was about $750,000, which is not really anything to sneeze at, but it wasn't really impacting when you look at the healthcare industry, which is a multi-trillion-dollar business. we set about doing a couple things. One, building out our infrastructure to make sure our infrastructure could support, more sales and more devices. We started out initially with just having in-house salespeople. Well, we expanded that. Now I have regional salespeople throughout the United States, and they total over 100. So it takes a lot of teamwork, a lot of effort, and a lot of great people with SourceMark, to make that jump from $750,000 to now over 27, approaching $30 million sales.
How have you reimagined impact to gain success in business?
We did reimagine what SourceMark was going to look like. Now, that's not something that's really simple to do. We started looking at the personnel. Who are the people that we need in order to be successful? So that's sort of the key to it. And then understanding, the industry itself, I think becomes critical. And then knowing what are you going to need in order to service that particular industry. But the key to it, to any of this, is surrounding yourself with brilliant people that understand exactly what you're trying to do, working on really careful strategies that outline and lay out exactly where you're going and how you're going to get there.
How do you define leadership?
We do have a very different approach to our hiring. We know that an industry like healthcare and any other industry, you have people that have been in these industries for a number of years. They are trained professionals. And when you start working in areas that you have not as much knowledge perhaps as you would like to have, it is, I think, the burden on the leadership to go out and find seasoned individuals that are willing to come and work for a small and diverse business. So what I did was I sought out 30-plus year veterans, people that were leaving their major corporations, and I was able to attract them to come and work in a much smaller business, but work in the industry that they had gained their expertise, and let them come in and work and develop, what we have now, which I think is a very, very effective leadership team that can take on any of the major corporations and individuals in the healthcare industry.
How do you define innovation?
Innovation to SourceMark is everything, because we have found that innovation is the great equalizer. It's not very easy to get into healthcare because you have so many market leaders. So a lot of products just kind of sit on the shelf, or they sit in someone's mind. So innovation for us is a way for us to walk in to a healthcare institution or to one of the big group purchasing organizations and say, hey, here's a product that you don't have. It's not competing with anything. So let's put it on contract so that we can get an opportunity for us to sell those products to those hospitals and those facilities. So innovation for SourceMark is sort of our lifeblood. It's what we want to be and what we have become.
Thanks so much, Richard.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Just an amazing story. And our next award winner for today's session, the Minority Marketing and Communications Firm of the Year, Montage Marketing Group. Let's hear how CEO Mercedita Rojas Murray and her partner started Montage and how she reimagines impact. Hi, Mercedita.
Hello, Lindsay. My name is Mercedita Rojas Murray, and Montage Marketing Group is a marketing outreach, engagement, events, and communications firm. Really, at the heart of what we do is our passion for leaving a positive impact on community and, making sure that the relationships between audience and customer have a mutual benefit and are productive. Montage got started in 2015. I and my partner, Teresa Pipia, were working at other jobs, and what we found was the marketing world was changing. With the advent of technology, it really forced brands to rethink how they engage with their audience. Audiences now engage with brands at the 2-foot, the 20-foot, and the 200-foot level, and even in the virtual world. And because of the power of that technology in their hand, it was important to have a conversation with their customers in a way that, the customers felt comfortable, they felt that they were heard, and they felt that they were respected. It really is about what is that long-term relationship that people can garner with the brand's products and services that they may purchase. So for us, when we started Montage, the inspiration was we can do more. Customers deserve more from the brands that they, purchase. And we believe also that our employees deserve more in the company that they work for. So that was the inspiration. We have offices in Bethesda, Maryland, and McLean, with locations in Florida, Illinois, Texas, and New York. And we serve federal, state, and local customers as well as commercial clients.
How has your growth impacted your employee base?
When we first started Montage in 2015, we started out with just the founders, so myself and Teresa. Since then, we've grown to be over 23 full-time employees, 6 contractors, and we do employ between 2,000 to 3,000 part-timers across the country for work that we do nationwide.
How have you increased your revenue?
Montage revenues has grown from the first year in 2015. We were excited to be in the black in year 1 with 6 figures, and within 5 years, we were able to grow 8,600% to over 8 figures.
So how did you do it? How did you become so successful?
We really believed when we started to focus in on infrastructure. We wanted to make sure we had the right tools and the right things in place in order to grow in a smart way. We did that by looking at what kinds of certifications we were able to get that would help us compete, for federal government, state government, local government contracts. So we are 8A certified. We are third-party certified as a woman-owned agency, a minority-owned agency. We are also certified in Maryland with the Maryland DOT. We also have our local certification with LSVRP and SBR. Aside from that, Montage has a purpose orientation. Everything that we do is about leaving a positive impact on community. And because of that, we were very selective in the clients and the customers that we serve, those that we have a tremendous amount of passion for. And when you have passion in the work that you do, the work is successful. And that has allowed us to get clients, retain clients, and continuously build upon success year after year. Most of our clients have been with us very much since the beginning that we started.
How have you reimagined impact to gain success in business?
So the way that Montage reimagines impact is most people look at results and they look at it from a quantitative perspective. They're counting things, how many sales, what is the growth. We really look at it from a qualitative perspective. We want to know what is the outcomes that we're trying to achieve and making sure that those outcomes and that impact has a much longer tail. Our superpower really is about understanding and engaging with audiences in the way that they want to be engaged. We are also very, very, very concentrated on language, cultural sensitivities, inclusivity, and that helps to develop a sense of trust and credibility with that audience. And so when we look at impact, we really look at what is that long-term thing that we're trying to get to and be able to engage with our audience in true and authentic ways.
How have you created opportunity for MBEs?
Montage's plans for the future are to find ways in which we can give back and contribute to small and minority business growth. We currently contribute to the Montgomery County Small Business Association as well as the NMSDC Minority Business Enterprise Input Committee and sit on their boards and act as a voice and an advocate for small and minority businesses. My goal for Montage is to enable employees the opportunity to become their own business owners by learning and training with us and then potentially opening up their own business, which we would love to support. We truly believe in the power of small and minority businesses, and so we are looking at every ways that we can help them, whether that's interns coming in from underserved populations, being able to train when they didn't have the opportunity before, to training up-and-coming young entrepreneurs and enabling them to grow further than what they had originally thought that they could.
So appreciate your words, Mercedita.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. I enjoyed our conversation.
Just an amazing story. And our next award winner is Corporation Environmental Risk Management. Let's hear now from Albert Edwards as he shares insightful words on who they are and how they too have reimagined impact. Hi, Albert.
Hello, Lindsay. My name is Albert Edwards. I'm the managing director and founder of CERM, or CERM. We're an engineering and program management firm that provides professional consulting and contracting services to our transportation, water, energy, facilities, and federal clients across the Southeast. Our vision is to build communities, create opportunities, and to inspire the next generation. We're headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, in DeKalb County, and we have offices in Alabama and in Florida.
How many jobs have you created over the years?
Well, we started in 1995, and like I said, the South DeKalb Business Incubator, and it was my late partner and I and one other support staff, and that was in 1995. So since then, we have branch offices across Alabama and Florida. We have right at about 120 employees. So it's been fun. Job creation has probably been one of the funner facts that we didn't anticipate in this process. There was a time I was the youngest person in the firm. That is no more. Probably the majority of our staff are HBCU graduates. We have a shadowing program, and we bring in 15 to 30 kids 3 or 4 times a year to introduce them to the business, and from there they would go into internships and go to college and come back. And so as a result of that, the median age for our team has really gone down, and it has improved the quality of our championship basketball team, I should add, too.
What's your blueprint for success?
2 projects come to mind, and I'll be brief. The first was the project that really took us from being a private sector business, which is where we started in the facilities market, to transportation. It was the environmental impact statement at Hartsfield-Jackson. It was a 2-year environmental study. It was about $5 million. We performed about 20% of the work. 15 years later, we got a chance to go home to work on a project. And this was a manufactured gas plant. And if you know about manufactured gas plants, and people have always said that public housing was built on waste dumps. You know, our environmental laws didn't come until the late 60s, early 70s. And as a result of that, a lot of public housing was built in what used to be industrial areas. But anyway, we had to convene there have been lawsuits, and we had to convene what we call a community mitigation strategy. I mean, ultimately, we had to clean up the property, but there was so much injury, there was so much sense of burden and unfairness and environmental justice. We had to convene members of the community, go to them on their turf, and then get everybody in the room to say, look, none of us can really change what happened 50 years ago, but we're here today and we can move it forward. And so we did that. And so with the leadership of some of the folks there in Mobile, we ended up with a great team where we addressed the issues, and then we conducted the cleanup. 70% of the work was done by minority-owned businesses. We ended up getting the state of Alabama and the national ACEC, or the American Council of Engineering Companies Award. So we've got a national award and a local award. And so that was a tremendous demonstration project for us. And it gave us a lot of confidence as an organization that somehow some of our indigenous values were indeed applicable and could be well used on projects to serve broader communities.
How do you define impact?
Yeah, that's a great question. And my definition of impact really is really the notion that we should strengthen the bridges that we cross. As a result of which, community involvement is a performance attribute that we measure and encourage here at the company. We try and facilitate that. We believe that people, that you expand your definition of self and you grow when you serve others. And that has resulted in value to our customers and to our partners.
How did 2020 impact your business?
The truth of the matter is we have some tremendous leaders here, and as a result of us being, an engineering firm with an environmental practice, we brought a lot of insight into some of the industrial hygiene and occupational practices And so right away, we started to adopt those and built out our business continuity plan. And it was strict to begin with. Everyone became uncomfortable for a while, but it was a healthy uncomfortable. We knew that we were kind of all working in the same direction. And so as a result of that, it has worked really well. We've actually, added positions. We've hired people over the last 6 months. I think 8 to 10 people in a firm of about 120, so almost 10%. So we've been really fortunate in that sense. Our market focus has also kept us in the critical, we're considered critical, or we work on critical infrastructure, and that has allowed us to continue. We've had, our families have been impacted, but we've had minimal impact to staff in terms of COVID-19. And so it's really nice that we've been able to continue to provide stable employment to our team so that they can be anchors in their families.
Thanks so much, Albert.
Thank you so much, Lindsay.
What amazing leaders live among us. Congratulations again to outstanding MedWeek class of 2020.
SourceMark would like to thank MBDA and MedWeek for this award. It is a tremendous recognition of the things that SourceMark has accomplished. To be recognized as the Minority Products and Service Firm of the Year is just unbelievable. We take pride in everything that we do, but to be recognized by such a great organization, it just says a lot. It says a lot to us. So on behalf of SourceMark and the entire team, it means everything because it's a firm statement on the part of someone that has looked at a number of organizations like ours and made a decision that we are one of the best. It's been a long and very difficult road getting to here. We started out with 5 people that were committed to this organization. And unfortunately, one of those major founders, Stephen Wong, is not with us. We lost him last year. But he would be proud to know and say that, SourceMark, from a concept, from an idea, to create something that was new and different and exciting in an area that is certainly underserved, in our community. It's just unbelievable, for us to receive this. So we accept it, we appreciate the acknowledgement, and we're going to do our best to live up to this award.
I'd like to thank the Department of Commerce, MBDA, and MedWeek for the honor of the Minority Marketing Communications Agency of the Year. This award means so much to us, and we are so proud because it represents all of the hard work that goes in from small and minority businesses to help drive our economy. And the fact that MBDA and MedWeek support small and minority businesses is an amazing tribute to what small and minority businesses are allowed to contribute into society.
Thank you. The award, it is such a blessing. It comes as within days of our celebration of our 25th anniversary, so of the inception of the company. And so it really confirms the value system that we've adopted here, and we try and live with it. It's an imperfect thing, but we think by having a standard around integrity, loyalty, and initiative is important, not only to our organization but to the communities that we serve. So I in accepting the award, and I guess if I was thinking about it from an inception speech, I would really, first convey my deep honor because I've been involved with MBDA over 15 years, and I've had to learn how to be coached. And of course, on behalf of my late partner, Marcus Reese, and his family, the CERM family, we just really appreciate the work of this community, DeKalb County, the city of Atlanta, our hometown, Pritchard and Mobile, for really believing in us from the inception. I was reminded when I heard a proclamation that people believed in us from our inception when we were really kind of stumbling. So, and learning. And so as a result of that, so we're encouraged to continue to do what we do, to continue to build. Like I mentioned, we have our 2000, we have a 5-year plan in place. We're actively working on our succession planning. Our geographic focus as a company is the Southeast United States, but I suspect that we will go out to other regions within the United States and then maybe start to take on some projects abroad. We've looked at a couple of those. We think the infrastructure space is an exciting space, and the energy space. And then it's also an opportunity to kind of live into that inferred expectation of creating jobs. There's something magical about introducing a young man in high school to engineering, the business of engineering, and then watch him or her go off to school and come back, and then you employ them, or they go and become employed in this sector. But we're deeply honored again by MBDEA and really the leadership and vision, and then just really working with us to allow us to serve the communities where we sit. So thank you very much.
Some really empowering and tremendous stories there. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we discuss the art of building ships, leadership, relationships, partnerships, and championships.